Can we prevent it? Can we treat it?
When you were looking at energy expenditure for the audience, what does that mean?
So let's look at the concept of energy balance, which has kind of driven my research. And it's the laws of thermodynamics. Energy that comes in the body has to go somewhere. Energy doesn't just disappear or appear. So energy balance is following that energy through the body. So you take in calories from food. Some of those calories you use just to maintain your body. We call that basal or resting metabolic rate, to make hormones and your heart beats and your kidneys function. All that requires some of the energy in. You require some energy to process food. So when you eat a meal, you've got to absorb that meal, etc. And then the third big one is physical activity. If you move your body, it takes more energy for that. So if you had good enough techniques, I could take every calorie that you consume and I could tell you where it goes. Can't always do that because it's tough to measure. But theoretically, energy intake and energy expenditure are related such that if intake is higher than expenditure, you're going to gain weight. And if it's lower than expenditure, you're going to lose weight. There is no way to lose weight without your energy intake being less than your energy expenditure.
That's fascinating. You would think that that would solve it.
Yeah, people say, well, it can't be that simple. The problem is it isn't simple. So if I look at all the things that affect your food intake, your environment, the number of people you're with, the type of food, and the things that affect your expenditure, it is very, very complicated. And then more recently, one of the things I've been very interested in are differences in metabolism. So let's take two people let's take two women who weigh the same, exactly the same body composition, and I feed them the same amount of calories. You would expect the body weights would be the same. In fact, because metabolism is different, that the body weights may change. Some people may have a little bit more efficient metabolism. Some people may have a microbiome, which is a little bit more leaning toward burning calories rather than storing calories. These are small differences, but it's why people always say, how come my neighbor can eat what I eat, doesn't gain weight, I gain weight? Because metabolism can differ. What about fat? What about carbohydrate? What about protein? A lot of different studies looking at how those different nutrients are metabolized by the body.